Welcome to another episode of Wall Watch, where we see how women respond to hitting the wall. Today is a very special episode because this one involves my childhood crush, Halle Betty. Oh my gosh, this woman to me was God's gift to man. I mean, this woman to me was the most beautiful woman on the planet. Now, she has a very important message for all of us to know, men and women. Now, especially for women, but this is one of the biggest reasons why I talk about why you should adapt to what's going on in dating. Now, before we get into this conversation, make sure you comment your thoughts. Also, like the video, then subscribe to the channel because I am posting daily content. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal. So here we go.
When I was 54 years old, I had just met man. I manifested this man, and
Wait a minute. She said when she was 54. I said, damn, wait a minute. She's 60? Oh my God, okay. This was a woman I fantasized about as a kid. I mean, Halle Betty. Anyway, let's continue.
I just met him, and we were having the best time. I finally met my person. I mean, it was amazing. Oh. It was amazing. It was amazing. It really, truly was amazing. And then one morning, I tried to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't go. It was so painful. When I tried to let a little bit out, I couldn't go. I had to squeeze it. It took me almost 10 minutes to just empty my bladder because it was so painful. And substances were down there that I had never seen before. And I thought, what is this? So I go right to the doctor, and he's, doing the exam, looking up there, and he said, yep, I think I know what this is. And I'm like, what? He said, it's a really bad case of herpes.
What? Okay, so you're in his office, and now what?
And now Van, it's my guy, he drove me there because this was so swollen I couldn't even put my legs together to drive. So we spend the next 72 hours kind of doing the blame game, trying to figure out who gave it to me, who gave it to him. And then a couple hours after that, my doctor called me and said that you do not have herpes.
Oh my God.
And it's almost like, I was like, what? I'm like, okay, then what is it? And this was the defining moment for me. He said, I don't know. That's what it looked like.
Wait a minute. As much love and infatuation that I've had for this woman, despite the fact that this woman has been divorced 3 times, she literally, for a man she just manifested, she took time off his lifespan. She shortened his lifespan. Do you understand what she said? 72 hours and then hours later. 72 hours is 3 days. This was an argument that they had back and forth, but let's continue.
And that sent me on my own reconnaissance and my own researching. And that's when I came up with dry vagina syndrome that women have when they're in perimenopause. And I had all the symptoms of what that felt like. And I realized, oh, I'm 54 years old. They say, I learned that perimenopause can start in your late 30s even, and early 40s. Yep. And I thought, clearly, I'm 54. But at that point, nobody had really had a serious conversation.
And it doesn't those ladies anymore. Now listen, do not get married young. Wait till 35 and only look for somebody who you are going to make genetically a better offspring with, because that's your only responsibility as a human being on this planet.
And it does happen for people in their 50s too. There's no real age, rhyme, reason. No. The symptoms vary.
Everybody goes through it differently.
Everybody goes through it differently. Everybody's cures and remedies can be different.
Yes.
Oh my God. She literally shortened the lifespan of her person. Now, my question right off the back is, how many times did she find or did she run into her person? Now, let me say this. Halle Betty was one of the most beautiful women, at least in my eyes. Now, I'm gonna say I wasn't the only one who was in love with Halle. Now, of course, my in love was just lust, infatuation, right? Like, it was literally just a crush. But this woman was married 3 times. Now, I'm only saying that because clearly I was not the only guy who thought this about Halle Berry. Now, I also need you to understand, Vivica Fox at one point in time was a good looking woman. Super duper attractive. Now, when I look at Vivica versus this Halle Berry right here, that's 60 or almost 60, she looks way better than a Vivica Fox. So growing up, Halle Berry was the woman. She was the woman before BBLs and the clone look became a thing, right? Before the mommy makeover became a thing, Halle Berry was the woman. Oh my gosh. This woman I was really, really infatuated with. Now, I used to be an actor, model, dancer, right? Like I, did some dancing in some music videos. When I finally got the chance to work with Halle Berry and I'm talking to her hairstylist, and the stylist is telling me, well, she likes this, and she really likes young guys. And, he's saying all these things. And so now I'm getting hyped up, right? Because now I'm just like, okay, I'm practicing what I'm gonna say to her and how I'm gonna say it, because I knew that I only had so much time, right? So whatever I was gonna say, it was gonna be quick. It needed to be something that was gonna grab her attention. So I was practicing this for literally about an hour, right? Because again, this was a woman that I looked at as God's gift to man. Right? Again, and this is before BBLs, wigs. Women were still wearing wigs and all that. But there was a time where a famous, beautiful woman was literally a famous, beautiful woman, right? Like the time that we live in now, where women can just go paint their face on and, do certain things to their body, and now you believe that that woman is actually attractive. This woman right here, talented, a talented actress. And golly, sexy. So anyway, I'm on set now. And again, I'm doing extra work. So, I didn't have a big role in this movie that we were doing. And the movie wasn't even a big movie. She had a very small scene in this movie. But anyway, I'm on set, right? They call me to set. I go to set, and Halle passed me like this. Like, that's how close she was. Now, of course, I didn't say anything because 1, I didn't really see her coming. 2, when she did pass me, I froze just a little bit because it was just this fast. Like, it was literally just that fast. So I said that just to say this. When it comes to the wall, all of us are gonna meet our maker someday. All of us are going to experience a decline in our health. This is why I constantly say, women who think that they're settling for a guy, that's disrespectful. That is the most disrespectful conversation that a woman can have, because the worst times to deal with a woman is when she's on her period, when she's dealing with postpartum, and when she's dealing with menopause. We just seen it here. Halle Berry manifested a man. That wasn't me. Yet she shortened that man's lifespan. Because if you think that they just had a nice little calm conversation back and forth about who gave who herpes, you are sadly mistaken. These two people were pissed. These two people were probably really trying to figure out what the hell was going on and what the hell actually happened, not realizing that the doctor just didn't know what he was talking about, or he just didn't. And I'm saying he, because I don't really know if it was a he or she, but let's just say the doctor didn't know what was going on, but the doctor made some type of diagnosis. But the good thing was the doctor called back. Again, fellas, one of the reasons why I started this channel is because my message to you is adapt to dating, adapt to what's going on. A lot of women go through this same thing where life just hits them, right? One day they wake up and things have changed, right? Gravity has been pulling on them so much to where everything is sagging. Everything is now leaning towards the ground because of gravity, because of age, because of, you know, the natural progression of life. This is why I keep saying, follow your purpose, figure out what it is, and then go after that. That way you're not chasing two rabbits, because trying to be in a relationship with a woman and trying to make money and find something that you feel good about doing in order to make the money and hoping that that money will keep the woman, oh my gosh, you will be spinning your wheels. Both of them will drive you crazy if you don't find your purpose. Remember, purpose breaks down into two things. You're a helper or you're a creator. Now back to Wall Watch. So with dealing with health issues, I literally just did a video on a woman who was giving women horrible advice. This video right here is proof that what that woman said in this previous video was terrible advice. She's telling women to wait it out, to get started at 35. We just heard Halle Betty say that women can start in menopause in their late 30s. Well, if we just kind of use numbers, 35 would be considered your late 30s, 35. This means she's going to be going through a whole bunch of hormonal changes. And the reason why this is happening is because she's either out of eggs or she's almost out of eggs. Basically,
we're gonna see your table manners. We're just gonna, you know, study you a bit.
I started the egg freezing process. I did some preliminary tests which showed that my egg count is really low. The doctors did tell me that might affect my fertility. My eggs are high quality, but there's just not a lot of them. It's just so sad.
Out of eggs. Basically what I'm saying is she's running out of eggs, so her body is doing certain things. It's responding in a certain way. This is why I keep saying health is wealth. Your health is highly important. So you want to make sure that you're exercising, right? And I don't mean you have to be in there working out, you know, turning into a bodybuilder, but you want to make sure that you and your body is functional, right? For me, I like to look good. You know, I want my muscles to show. After being married and dealing with women and, you know, my ex-wife was 11 years older than me. I know you guys didn't really know that. I didn't really talk about it too much, but my ex-wife was 11 years older than me. So every once in a while when I see a guy in the comments who's like, oh, you don't really know what you're talking about, you're a young guy. I'm like, you know, I mean, I'm young, but like, I ain't that young. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I was an actor, I was a model, I was in the streets, I was an athlete. You know, I had women after me, all ages. Older, my age, and younger. Like they were all after me, like literally. I mean, and maybe it was because I was, you know, 6'3" or whatever the case. But the point that I'm making to you guys is this. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with your life. If you're not doing what you want to do with your life, you will at some point in time not like what's going on. Relationships are hard. Relationships are almost impossible because you cannot keep a woman happy. Yes, when things first start off, if a woman, let me tell you guys this. If a woman cannot be happy during the honeymoon phase, just go ahead and throw that whole relationship away. Just throw it away, because it's not going to get better over time. It gets worse. The reason it gets worse is because you start to care less. She starts to weaponize sex, or she doesn't want sex from you anymore. Right now, when that happens, guess what? You're going to pull back on the affection. You're going to pull back on the intimacy or the intimate things or the romantic things, because you're looking like, man, you ain't doing nothing. So why would I keep putting in all this effort? This is why I keep saying adapt to dating, because dating has changed. You don't have to be married anymore. You do not have to be in a relationship at this point in time. I got a feeling things are finna take a drastic change. Things are about to take a drastic change. So fellas, for this time being, make sure that you are focusing on you, because if you don't, you will not like what's coming after that. So with all that being said, I got a question for you. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.